fully expect that to come flying off, like.
You think?
Aye.
Feel the music, the rhythm, a heart on a mission. Can't fight the feeling, and I'm not denying it, no. I'm here to lose all control. Got emotions in motion, they all wanna go dance. Sweat in an ocean. First time on the floor, but I'm into it. Nervous from my knees to my fingertips. I might have a broken heart, but I won't hold back tonight. Lights go out, I move like I'm over you. Nothing on my mind but the beating truth. I might have a broken.
Hold on. Oh, yeah. Bit of kangaroo juice there in the pot. Alright. Right, guys, welcome back. Another episode of On the Limiter. Me and Anthony, we got a phone call the other day from John. He's the head of sales for Stratstone Mini. And he says, guys, we've been watching your videos, watching your reviews, and we like what we see. So he invited us to come and take the new John Cooper Works Mini for a couple of days. So that's what we're in today. And you know, me and Anthony will both admit we've, you know, bit of a confession to make, probably not quite as big as the news of Philip Schofield, but we both have a secret love for the minis.
Like Philip Schofield would like a Mini.
He'd love a
Wouldn't
mini.
he love a Mini, Philip Schofield?
But yeah, it's genuinely, we've both had loads of them. What have, haven't
Yeah.
we?
I mean, anywhere from, I mean, anybody who's, I mean, British as well, has like a British feel. You know what the crack with a Mini, you see them in the British countryside, and it's a mini adventure, and you see them driving all these country roads, and it's still got all the characteristics of like an older Mini. Like with me and Dan was here, I know it sounds like mental, but the screen, the windscreen in the Mini as well, still feels like that old school, like a nice flat screen where you can see everything, and it's got such a great filter, doesn't it? It's got such a great filter. I mean, this one's a 2019 model that we're in today. I was saying to Dan when the guy from Mini rang us, I was saying, I hope they got it green. I hope they got it green. This is the one of the newer colours called almond green. It's like a dark green, olivey kind of black colour. It's beautiful. Got nice metallic in the paint as well. Just a really nice car. It's dead, but it's pretty, isn't it? Like
I thought it was black up until I think I'd had the car about an hour till I realised it was green. But it is. It's lovely. Green, traditional British sports car. Yeah.
So I know you looked at it. So horsepower figures. What power was this? What was standard?
230, give or take. I think some say 228, some say 230. But
believe you me, 230. I know by some cars, modern day standards, doesn't sound like a lot of power. This car goes really, really well. Really, really well. And you know what I like about it as well? It's got a proper mechanical diff in it, and you can, when you're coming in and out the corners, you can feel the diff working hard and just kind of catapulting you around, and the diff feels cracking, doesn't it?
And that's in this weather. It's by the way, today, what's that storm called? Storm something? Cian or something?
Well, you'll know obviously the date of the video. What is it? 9th of February today. There's a storm anyway. It's been named, and obviously we've got to kind of use our advantage. Which, to be fair, in the video you'll see some slow mos in the weather. To be fair, in some aspects, has actually made the video really, really good. Typical British car, typical British weather, and we're just trying to kind of make the most of it. We get past that.
I know by today's standards, 230 horsepower in loads. It really isn't.
But this flies.
Absolutely, it is.
This is a fast little car.
Bearing in mind, Anthony this morning's just rocked up in his new ring toy. People that know Anthony Usher as well as I do will be laughing at that comment right now, because he always buys about 10 ring toys before he takes one there. But he has rocked up this morning in a Megane RS250. Stunning car. 309 brake.
9 horsepower.
And this feels every bit as quick.
I would have a job shaking this car, and that again I know for a fact I would. Like this morning we got nervous in a few bits, and I was driving down, was like, oh my god, you trust these tyres? I mean, even in wet roads, this car just grips. You can literally chuck it around corners, even in the damp, and it'll just plod on and do its thing. The chassis in it is phenomenal. Obviously this is the John Cooper Works, so it's got the Works pack. So what you're looking at is 330mm Brembo discs with 4-pot Brembo calipers as well.
Them calipers are absolutely
They're huge. Yeah, you'll see them
Massive.
behind the wheels. It literally, one little nudge of the caliper will bring the car to a stop in a matter of seconds. So the brakes, Mini have done a fantastic job with the brakes on this car. It gives you loads of confidence. It's a confident little car, this, isn't it?
It's brilliant. It is absolutely amazing to drive. Now, one thing I've always said, and it's because I've had 500-600 horsepower cars before, speed, it's not everything, is it?
Nah.
Right?
Nah.
For me, a good car is how it makes you feel when you're in it. Whether you're driving fast, slow, anything. And this is the thing with one of these Minis, or any Mini that you buy from...
You can have as much fun in this Mini here as you can in anything else on these roads.
100%.
It's a proper car for it.
It is. It's the dashboard layout, the way, as I say, we mentioned earlier, the screen. It feels like you're driving an old car that's been revamped for
That's
this
it. I
year.
mean, what we said is the thing that we liked as well. I mean, obviously in 2001 you got the first Mini Cooper S with that unmistakable supercharger whine. They were a great car, and I feel as if they've maintained and carried on with a lot of the characteristics, but all they've done is they've modernised everything inside. So you'll see the little clips of like the LED lights on the dash. The LED lights are they're lovely, they look cracking. They also light your footwell up exactly the same colour. The screen, very clear, looks really nice. They've just modernised the old school features, and it really works. Doesn't it? Works really well in here.
It does, it's incredible.
The seats are absolutely beautiful. They hold you really well. You've got a bit of leather on the outside, Alcantara through the middle. Just a great car. Just a great car to be in. It really is.
And I'm right in thinking that you also love the throttle blip.
Yes. So, we've got a friend, which we'll not mention, who's known as Mr. Heel Tour. He loves it, thinks he's a racing driver.
Hi, Christian.
Christian, hiya. Yeah. So he's always on about this dirty downshift.
Oh, there's a puddle.
Oh, we're all right. And you'll know the heel and tour method. If you don't know it, YouTube it. A lot of the Japanese racing drivers tend to use it. It's basically the rev match when you're coming down the gears, and it does work quite well if you know how to master it. Obviously, what Mini have done is, which I think is a cracking feature, is they've utilised that, but they've made it very easy for you. So they've put a basically electronic auto blip downshift, and when you're in sport on this, when you open the taps up, the car just rev matches for you every gear change. It's cracking. If you can hear the car, the engine note in it for a standard car with a stock exhaust is great. You'll see in the little snippets as well, the little pops and bangs from the exhaust make you feel like you're in a little race car.
We'll be in a recovery truck shortly if we didn't sort this fuel out.
Oh, we on the, yeah.
But yeah.
It's basically, for me, it's a Mini. It's not many people don't love a Mini. If you look at this car and you don't like the look of it, then I would think there was something wrong. Everybody's got to appreciate the styling of these, and the John Cooper Works pack just really makes the car a beautiful little car.
Where's this pedal station, Anthony?
Left. Proper left.
On tick over, it's that quiet you can't hear it.
No, you're right, you can't.
We've got 11 miles range now, it's gone up.
Yes. Not too far though, yeah. Bean.
Puddle.
Got me wind roping, you idiot. Bean, an honest review. Do we have any negatives? I mean, everybody's going to be different, but do we have any negatives? Do you have any?
Yes.
Go on then.
But it isn't just about this car, it's about most modern cars now.
I know what you're going to say. Throttle.
Throttle.
Yes. So, most modern cars, me and Dan discuss this quite often, and it's something that we've got to write B in our bonnet about. So, the throttle on these is an electronic throttle. So, depending on what throttle input you put in there and however you drive it, the throttle has a, when you let your foot off the throttle, it's not quite true.
Oh, yeah. Bit of kangaroo juice there in the pot.
has like quite an electronic overhang, so the car will rev a little bit more, even though you're not wanting it to, and you're not telling it to. When you take it from the throttle, it'll rev. And I found this morning driving it normally with the overhang on the throttle, it makes it difficult sometimes to balance the throttle out and the clutch.
The only thing I'd say is on that, it's probably because of what we're used to. We normally buy older performance cars, right?
Yeah.
But it's one of them where
cable throttle, aren't they, most of the older stuff?
On a test drive, I think that could put you off buying one of these. But I think it only took probably 20 minutes.
Yeah, we're over it now because
100%.
the car's a massive win in every single aspect of it. It's just a great car.
Do you think we can convince the motoring world to go back to cable throttles?
Definitely not. we're not important enough. No. Also on the channel as well, we've just gone over 4K followers, which, the channel's still in its infancy.
Infancy?
Infancy, do you like
Listen
that?
to that, there's a word.
No, I'm trying to be...
Professional.
I'm trying to... obviously, it's an honest review of a Mini, so I'm trying to be professional on this one. But yeah, it's early days for the channel, and obviously 4K followers in the amount of time that we've been doing it. It's something I'm quite proud of it, mate. The channel's going the right way. We are starting to get people coming to ask us things now, and people are recognising the cars that we obviously reviewing and stuff. So it's definitely going the right way. So just continue doing what you're doing for us, really. We don't have much fuel left, but yeah, what the also is, I mean, obviously, any day if Mini's going to give us a car, we've got to do our best to shed an honest light on it. So we've done a little bit of research into it, and what I found was quite interesting. Mini have used what's called a split drive shaft system. So what they've done is, there's a little prop shaft runs underneath the engine and works both the half shafts on the drive shaft. But what they've done is, that normally with the half shafts you get one longer one and one shorter one. What they've done is they've used the prop shaft and they've put equal length half shafts in, so basically it adds to the steering feel and the drive and the balance of the car. And I'm not technical enough to know how much difference it does make, but what I can say is that change that they've made, the whole package of this car, everything just works in harmony. It works really, really well.
It's a proper driver's car.
It is, it is. Like we obviously talk about, I mean, if you're looking at potentially buying one of these Cooper Works, for me, if you want a modern hot hatch, this is a 10 out of 10 car for me. You don't need to do anything to it. You just jump in it, put it in sport, and it will literally have you smiling from the moment you put your foot on the throttle. It's a very exciting little car, very exciting. And
that rev actions.
Yeah.
Oh. Bear in mind, that's in the rain, it's wet, greasy roads, it just gets the power down. I don't think you'd need more than 230 in this.
Nah. But bearing in mind, if you are, I mean, obviously, me and Dan always, it's a disease when you're into cars. If you're watching this video, you'll know exactly what we're talking about. You buy your car, you think it's great, oh, that's standard, I'm just going to leave that because it does everything. Oh, no, that's not how it works. You look at modifications, what can you do to improve it, to enhance it? I've spoken to a couple of tuners on these Minis before doing this video. They can quite happily tune this car to nigh on 300 horsepower. So you're talking 80 horsepower up on this would just be phenomenal maps. Wouldn't a tuned car, one of these would be phenomenal.
Absolutely unbelievable.
But I think a competent driver, you can jump into one of these, you can go to the Nürburgring, and you'd easily be down towards 8 minutes, which is a quick time around the ring in a standard factory car.
The suspension, it's firm, it's definitely hard suspension, but it still gives a comfort on a motorway, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does. Going back to the obviously I'm not mentioning because this is a Mini video, but if you've watched the video and kept up with the channel, the last car we reviewed for a certain local dealer that we mentioned about the practicality of the car and what does the full package give you. Like, this car is a daily car, it's not horrific on fuel, it's comfortable, yet you can turn it into a different animal in a matter of seconds. Like I said, flick that sport button, get on the power, and it just comes alive.
I've no idea what speeds we've been hitting back there, but there's been no point you've thought I'm going too fast for this corner, even in this weather.
Shape, does it?
Nah.
The thing I like about this car is, obviously, even as a good driver, I've pushed it hard this morning, and you always feel like the car is better than you. It just literally does everything that you want, and it's so easy.
You'd have to be doing something sadly wrong to get it wrong in this.
Yeah. And me and Dan always twist about these modern cars, you know, the boost, it's took away the NA feel and the reviness. But even this car with a turbo, it does that hot hatch thing very, very well. Forget about the NA and the revy side of it. This car kind of does everything.
There's no lag at all on it.
Nah, it's instant power in every gear.
I know what they're using actually. They've used the twin entry turbo, haven't they?
Yes, twin entry turbo on these little cars as well.
So it's a single turbo, but coming in from, well, yous will know better than I do what a twin entry turbo. We're not mechanically minded, are we?
But it basically, for us to simplify things, if you're not massively technical, as soon as you put your foot on the throttle, it delivers boost instantly. I mean, we heading up banks here quite steep in like third gear, little touch of the throttle, and the car just comes to life.
You know, I think all BMW and Mini's performance cars now are on point.
Yeah.
M140, usual M3s, M4s.
Yeah.
These.
We were just saying earlier, like, we think obviously the modern day market, obviously we're into all kind of cars, we kind of appreciate all the different qualities of different manufacturers, but we feel at the minute the market, BMW are killing it. I think the cars that they're bringing out, I don't think there's anything else like them. And Mini have even put us on the insurance, by the way, as well, which was a lovely touch. There was no confusion. Send us your driving licenses, bang, car's ready, validated, and we just picked it up and away, so fully insured as well. We always are, but like, it's nice to be insured by Mini.
They've got an SE. Their excess is a lot lower than ours.
Oh, what's the excess?
It's only 250. We tumble this thing at 125 quid each.
Yeah, and no more videos from any dealerships.
Speaking of the dealerships, it was John Robertson. Thank you for sorting this out for us as well.
John, we appreciate it.
We really do. I actually know John. He has been in the motor trade a long time. Lovely guy. Dare I say, I even took a leaf out of his book on the sales floor just with the way he treats customers. He was very, very, very good at what he done. So which Mini dealership does this car come from then, Dan? This one is Stratstone Mini at the Silverlink in is it classed as Whitley Base? I don't know. Well,
so
anyway.
We know obviously people all over the country are watching our videos now, but if you're in the northeast, obviously feel free to kind of visit the dealership. And be fair, it helps us. If you've seen the car in the video and you like what you see, feel free to mention us and let them know it's working. We are looking to work in harmony with the dealership, if you like. They have got a lot of them M-Performance cars available as well, so we are looking to get in those as well, which could happen sometime soon.
I think they'd be happy to give us them if you up your game on rear wheel drive.
Right, okay, I just want to put it, I'm not going to go on too much about this, but yeah, as you know, I haven't spent a lot of time in rear wheel drive. It is something that I do need to master, which I will come to, but I don't know, I'm a comfort man, I just like my front wheel drive hatches, like, but yeah. Do
you want to click on to find the nearest fuel station? Because this, I'm not going to lie.
No, because I can tell you where it's at, 'cause I do this road 1,000 times a year. Go left, try right. That's the. I'm Horn. I'm sorry. Education was never my strong point. Your other left, mate. Sorry. No, this is a proper left. Go left again.
Champion.
And then we're about 5 miles away from a fuel station.
That's great because we've got 4 miles range.
Are you joking?
No.
Mate. If you see some dust on the cameras, just try and get some money out of his pocket.
Oh, must be getting it off you. Hey, you can drive if you want.
I'll stop over.
So, verdict, John Cooper Works Mini, 2019, what we got?
A massive 10 out of 10 for me. I genuinely love this car. I think it's mint. It really is. Everything about it. I think it's a great car.
So you got 230 horsepower, limited slip diff,
330mm disc, 4-piston Brembo stoppers, mechanical LSD, new drive shaft system with a prop shaft that keeps the half shafts equal length. Just the little things to me just roll into one. It's an amazing little car.
It's economical. It looks good.
Yeah. Would I buy one? Hell yeah. You better would. You better would.
It is a really, really good little car. Really impressed.
I am.
Even these bits, the nav screen, the middle, that's brilliant, that.
It's dead clear and a dead colourful.
Well, we're back at the house. Just getting back to mine after having this out all day. We've had it on back roads through the town. We've had it everywhere. It's been unbelievable fun. Really, really good car.
Yeah.
I'd agree. Yeah.
thank you to Mr. Mini for giving us the car. Honestly, I've absolutely loved the opportunity, and the car's phenomenal. It really is.
You might have a sale here.
No, I do. I really, really like the car. Like, I know obviously we're here to give the positives and the negatives, but for me, out of all the cars that we've had recently, if I was going to go and actively buy a new car, it would be this.
It has been. It's an incredible thing. Great fun, really quick. It's not ballistically quick, but it's quick enough where you can have a lot of fun with it.
The balance and the power is in this car is totally perfect. If this new 300 brake horsepower Mini does what this does with the extra power and has the balance that this car's got, I'm going to be very, very impressed. So this has made my week. This car, I honestly
should have that next week or the week after.
Yeah.
And on my drive at the minute, quick sneak peek.
Big fat ass!
Excuse the bin that's blatantly blown over in the wind.
Yeah, but that's the Meg which you'll see shortly, which we're going to prep getting ready for the ring. So you'll see that very, very soon. Thanks very much for tuning in. Again, we've loved this today. So, yeah, thanks again. We'll speak to you all soon.
See you soon.